Okay, now what I'm going to do is show you how to create an applique sample. Okay, so applique comes from the French word to apply, and it means when you apply one fabric on top of another. So this is a really excellent example of some beautiful applique. So this student created a design, and the way that she has decorated her monster cushion is using lots of applique. So it involves sewing one fabric on top of another. So the way we do that is we get our piece of fabric that you've cut out. Always remember to take off the template. I have seen students sewing the paper and the fabric onto another fabric, which is not what you do. So we remove our pin and then we position it on top of our fabric. Now again, as I'd already said, we must pin this down. Don't think you're saving time by not pinning. Don't say, oh, that's long, because actually this is going to help you create a much more accurate and beautiful finish. So again, we are inserting our pins, making sure we're going through both pieces of fabric, and then we are nearly ready to applique. Okay, so we've put our layer of fabric on top of the other one. Okay, so I'm going to take my thread that's already on the needle, and I'm going to show you how to start the applique. So you do the back stitching and the running stitching as normal, but what's really important is where you position your stitch line. So I'm going to just start us off again with the back stitching. So what you want is your applique stitch line to be really close to the edge of the fabric that you're sewing on. Okay, so I'm making my back stitch. Remember, it needs to be less than 5 millimeters, nice and small. So it's my first one. Coming up with my second. Oh, it's a bit off there. You'll get it perfect the time you do it, I'm sure. Okay, so that's my third. And now I'm going to just continue with my normal running stitch. So what you should notice is that the stitch line that I am creating is about 1 or 2 millimeters away from the edge of the fabric. Oh. Don't know how that happens. We spare a bit of thread. So as I was saying, your stitch line needs to be really, really close to the edge. The reason for that is that we do not want your fabric to be flapping about the place. So the rest of what I'm going to do is just your normal running stitch. So 5 millimeters in length, 3 millimeters approximately apart. And then keep it really close to the edge, but not so that it's going off the side. So your stitches should be nice and tight. So the reason we do this is to decorate the fabric. So it's meant to look, you know, attractive, and it's meant to look professional. And what you can do if you're not sure, if you're finding it difficult to sort of work out where your needle needs to come up, you can just poke it up a little bit and say, okay, is that the position that I want? Okay, it needs to be a bit further out than that. Okay, and I'll show you when I've done already. And obviously you would take the pins out afterwards. And that is what your applique sample should look like. Okay, and that is how you do applique.